Hi there, I'm Rob from Harmony Entertainment. Today we're going to be continuing our little series of playing 10 different chords in under 5 minutes. So far we've done 10 different D chords and also 10 different A chords, all in under 5 minutes. So today we're going to do the same thing again, but for C chords. So we're going to look at 10 different C chords in under 5 minutes. And like I said in the previous videos, the main aim of trying to do these all in under 5 minutes is just to be able to demonstrate the different sounds that you can get from all of these different chords. And also the changes between them might not actually be that big. It might just be the case of taking one finger off or moving one finger about slightly, which gives you a completely different chord. So let's grab the guitar and look at how to play 10 different C chords. So as always, we're going to start with the timer and get that going, and then we can crack on. So the first chord we're going to look at is a C major chord. Nice and simple one, probably one of the first chords you're going to learn on the guitar, one of the first open chords anyway. C major. And that's just with the first finger on the first fret of the second string. Then we're going to put our second finger on the second fret of the fourth string, and then third finger on the third fret of the fifth string. This is our root note, by the way. As I've said in the previous video, this note here with this finger is a C note, and this is our main note, and so is this one, but this is the one that we're rooted off, so that's the C note. And we're not playing the low E string at the top there. So that's a C major. So moving on, normally we would go to the opposite of that, which would be C minor, but we're not going to do that in this video just yet, and there's a reason for that. So we're going to skip minor for the time being and go straight to a C sus2 chord, a suspended 2. So all we're going to do is play that normal C major and get rid of your second finger, just take it off. And we're still not playing the low E string. In fact, I don't think we play this low E string for any of these chords, so just keep that in mind. So we're going to play basically a normal C, get rid of your second finger. And we play a C suspended 2 chord, really nice sounding chord. Then after the sus2, you can just take your little finger and put it directly underneath your third finger, so the third fret of the fourth string, and you get a C suspended 4th chord. Awesome sounding chords, and those 3 chords work really well together. You've got a normal C major, sus2, sus4, and back to major again. You can make some nice chord progressions using those. Those sound really well together, sound really cool. Moving on anyway, let's try and get through these pretty quickly. After sus4, we can play our normal C major chord again, and this time we can give our little finger a job and put it on the third fret of the third string, which is going to give us a dominant 7, a C dominant 7, or just a C7 chord. I like to call these Beatles chords, as I explained in the last video, because the Beatles use dominant 7s quite a lot in their songs. Quite a bluesy sounding chord. I love those. Anyway, we can move on from the dominant 7 and play a major 7, and it's dead easy from a C major chord, because once you've got your normal C major chord shape, just take off your first finger. And that's a C major. Sorry, C major 7 chord. Really cool sounding chord. And this is when you can kind of get a good impression of how to use these. I think if you've heard the song Valerie, which I'm sure you have, that's the opening chord, I think. And it's got a really nice transition into a D minor 7, which we did in one of the previous videos. So now you can learn how to put a chord progression together using these different chords rather than just a normal C into a D minor. You've got C major 7 into a D minor 7. But anyway, we're not talking about D chords in this video. If you want to check out the D chords, then I'll leave a link in the description below where you can check out the video about all the different D chords. So anyway, that was C major 7. Now, hopefully you know a G chord, how to play a normal G major, and if you don't, that is, we're going to play the third fret on the high E with a little finger, third fret on the string above it with our third finger, and then we're going to play the second fret on the fifth string, and then third fret on the top string there. That's a G chord, but we're not looking at that one. I just want you to, hopefully you already know how to play that one, and we can bring these two down a string like that, and play a C add 9 chord. I really like add 9 chords. As I explained in the last one, the A add 9 is a beautiful sound, and so is the C add 9. So there's 6 chords so far, all C chords. So after the add 9, we can look at a C major 6 or a C6 chord. So play your normal C chord, the normal major chord that we did earlier, and take your third finger and put it underneath your second finger, like that, which almost looks like an A minor chord, but you want to put your little finger on the third fret of the fifth string, as we said, that's the root note there, that's the C root note. That's going to give us a C major 6 chord, or a C6. Now from that one, we're going to keep our little finger there, and what we're going to do is we're going to take our second finger off and lift our third finger up to where that one was. Lift your first finger up and put your second finger where your first finger just was. That's going to give us a C augmented chord. Augmented chords sound kind of nervous and very full of suspense. So there we go, it's a C augmented. And then after augmented, we can play a normal C minor, which is just take your first finger, lift it up, and get rid of your third finger to play a C minor. In fact, you don't want to play the high E string there. You want to play just these 4. Oops. So that's why I didn't play it earlier, because it's a little bit trickier to get into this one. We've just passed 5 minutes on the timer, by the way, so we're going to go over it a little bit in this video. It's pretty tricky, but it's just trying to keep me on track to try and get through these a little bit quickly. We've got 9 so far. So that's why we don't play this one, or why I didn't do this earlier in the video, is because normally minor chords can be quite easy to get into, whereas C minor is a little bit more awkward because you're only playing these 4 middle strings in this open position. You don't want to play the high E because it won't sound right. Because that high E there is the major note, whereas we want the minor note to be in that chord. So if we did that, that's kind of a C major minor hybrid, which is just a little bit strange. Anyway, let's just finish it off. Let's go through the last chord now. And this is an interesting one. Don't let the name confuse you, and don't let the name put you off trying to learn it, because it's quite an awkward named one. But this is a C minor 7 flat 5 chord, a really interesting one. So we're going to play our C root note again, as I said earlier, 3rd fret of the 5th string. That's a C. So with our 3rd finger underneath that, so that was 1st finger, 3rd finger, we're going to be on the 4th fret of the string below it. And then we're going to be on the 3rd fret of the string below that. And then we're going to be on the 4th fret on the string below that. So 3rd fret, 5th string, 4th fret, 4th string, 3rd fret, 3rd string, and 4th fret, 2nd string. And again, don't play the high E. Just play those 4 strings if you can. And that's a C minor 7 flat 5 chord. Awesome sounding chords. Quite a jazzy sounding chord, that one. Anyway, I'll stop the timer there because we've gone up to 7 minutes on the timer, so that took a little bit longer than I expected it to. But we got through 10 chords still, and 7 minutes, I'm still quite happy with that. So let's run through those again quickly. We've got C major, to a C sus2, just take your 2nd finger off. To a C sus4, just put your little finger underneath your 3rd finger. From there, then we've got a C7, so you play your normal C chord and put your little finger down on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string for a C7 or a C dominant 7. And then we can play our normal C major chord again, get rid of your 1st finger, for a C major 7. And then we've got a C add 9 chord, which looks quite similar to a G, but instead of your fingers being up here, they're just down there. So that's a C add 9 chord. And then we've got a C6, so imagine an A minor shape, which we did in the previous video, so check out the previous video if you're not sure how to play an A minor, which would sound like that, but we want to put that C root note on that we said earlier, so 3rd fret of the 5th string, for a C major 6 chord, or just a C6. And from that one, just lift your 1st finger up a string, and put your 2nd finger where that one was, and lift your 3rd finger up a string, to play a C augmented. A very nervous, worried sounding chord, pretty cool one. And then from that C augmented, you can play a C minor. So, which again, we're not playing the high E on this one. We're just playing those 4 strings there. So we've got a C root note, and then on the string below that, on the 4th string, we're on the 1st fret, open 3rd string, and 1st fret on the 2nd string. Pretty awkward one to get into, but with a bit of practice you'll get it. And then the last one was the interesting one, the C minor 7 flat 5. I love saying that, it's a really cool name, and it makes people think that you know more than what you do if you said, I'm going to play a C minor 7 flat 5 chord. Anyway, so we got that C root note, 3rd fret of the 5th string, and then we're going to play this is the flat 5 note, this one, so that's the 4th fret of the 4th string, which is a diminished chord, by the way, if you didn't know that. When you play anything with a flat 5 in it, it's usually a diminished chord. If you've ever heard that word before, that's what that means. And then we're going to play the 3rd fret of the 3rd string as well. That's our 7th note, our minor 7th. And then we're going to play the 4th fret of the 2nd string as well. That's our minor 3rd note. So we got the root note, the flat 5, the minor 7, and the minor 3rd. So there you go, 10 different C chords in just over 5 minutes in this video. I hope you found this video interesting and useful, and I hope you're going to try some of these chords and extend your chord vocabulary. If you're still new to the guitar in general, then check the description below because I've linked my full beginner's guitar course, which is going to take you through everything from how to hold the guitar, all the notes on the fretboard, your first chords, right up to some riffs and melodies and things like that. So that's definitely worth a check out, and it'll get you well on your way to becoming a great guitar player. So if you did enjoy the video, then please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the like button, leave a comment, let us know any other video ideas that you'd like us to cover, any video lessons or anything like that. So once again, thanks for watching. I've been Rob from Harmony Entertainment, and hopefully we'll see you in our next video.